Bucs Russell Gage hospitalized after suffering scary injury versus Cowboys. Former Pittsburgh Pirates All-Star Frank Thomas dead at 93. Tom Brady undecided on future after playoff loss as NFL world awaits superstar QB's next move. Tom Brady undecided on future after playoff loss as NFL world awaits superstar QB's next move. Camila Giorgi denies accusations during Australian Open presser that she used fake COVID-19 vaccine documents.
This is breaking news.
I'm Erin Burnett in Washington.
Bucs Russell Gage hospitalized after suffering scary injury versus Cowboys. Gage was in his first season with the Buccaneers. Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver Russell Gage Jr. was involved in a scary play toward the end of the team's 31-14 loss to the Dallas Cowboys in their NFC wildcard matchup. Tom Brady threw a pass to Gage on second down from the Cowboys' 19-yard line, and the veteran wide receiver went down in pain after he was hit in the back and neck area by Donovan Wilson. The Buccaneers medical staff rushed to the scene and players watched as the trainers attended to the play. The medical personnel called for a cart and put Gage on a backboard to take him off the field. Buccaneers and Cowboys players went down to one knee. It appeared Gage was able to move his right leg as he was being worked on, and eventually, he was taken off the field and to the hospital. Buccaneers coach Todd Bowles told reporters during his post-game press conference that Gage was hospitalized with a concussion. Bowles said Gage had movement in his extremities and was being checked for a neck injury. Gage had 2 catches for 10 yards during the game. He was in his first season with Tampa Bay. In 13 games, he had 51 catches for 426 yards and 5 touchdowns. Former Pittsburgh Pirates All-Star Frank Thomas dead at 93. Thomas was a 3-time All-Star for Pittsburgh, his hometown. Former Major League Baseball player Frank Thomas passed away on Monday in his hometown of Pittsburgh. No cause of death was given. He was 93. Thomas was a 3-time All-Star with the Pittsburgh Pirates, having played 16 seasons in the big leagues from 1951 to 1966. He spent 3 years with the Mets, being one of the first members of New York's expansion team in 1962. Both the Mets and Pirates confirmed Thomas's death on Twitter, with the Mets writing, "We are deeply saddened to learn of the passing of original Met Frank Thomas." For his career, Thomas held a .266 batting average to go along with 286 home runs and 962 runs batted in, while playing for the Pirates, Mets, Chicago Cubs, Philadelphia Phillies, Milwaukee Braves, Cincinnati Reds, and Houston Astros. He is survived by his 7 children. Nicknamed the Original, Thomas made it to Citi Field in late August when the Mets held their first Old Timers Day in 28 years. Primarily an outfielder and third baseman, Thomas was selected to National League All-Star teams in 1954, 55 and 58, when he set career bests with 35 homers, 109 RBIs, and an .863 OPS. He finished 4th in the NL MVP race that year behind Hall of Fame sluggers Ernie Banks, Willie Mays, and Hank Aaron, and just ahead of another player enshrined in Cooperstown, pitcher Warren Spahn. Tom Brady undecided on future after playoff loss as NFL world awaits superstar QB's next move. Brady and the Bucs were eliminated from the playoffs. After the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were eliminated from the NFL postseason following a 31-14 loss to the Dallas Cowboys, the NFL world waits for what Brady is going to do next. The 45-year-old quarterback has a few options on the table. He could play another season for either the Buccaneers, he could walk away from the game completely and ride into the sunset, or he could join the Fox broadcast booth, which he intends to do once he is finished with football completely. Brady said in the post-game press conference he would take some time to decide on his future. "I'm gonna go home and get a good night's sleep as soon as I can tonight," Brady said. "There's been a lot of focus on this game. Just one day at a time." On the ESPN broadcast, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman talked about the possibility of Brady playing one more season. Buck expanded on that notion in his post-game interview with Scott Van Pelt. "When I talk to people about it, people inside the game believe he's coming back for another year. Whether that's here in Tampa Bay or that's with some other organization, nobody knows," Buck said. "But I will go back to what we said in the game, unless he's a great actor. He had a real heart-to-heart conversation with us about this. I think he's been through a lot off the field and probably more than we give credit for. When I talked to these players and people on this coaching staff tonight before the game, they said Brady's kind of been back to himself over the last 3 weeks, which tells me for a while he was really out of it dealing with whatever that was going on with the team and everything that was going on in his life. I believe him that he doesn't know if he's coming back to play. And we'll just have to all find out at the same time together." Aikman, the Hall of Fame Cowboys quarterback, added that if he does play at 46, he's going to have to make some changes to his game that appear to be unsustainable. "You don't play until you're 45 years old unless you love the game, and he obviously does. He's done it all. And tonight, let's be honest, he looked like a 45-year-old quarterback," Aikman said. "And I think if he comes back, we do know that if he was available and teams out there that needed a quarterback, Tom Brady would probably be at the top of the list. He's well regarded. He can still play at a high level. But he's got to have those pieces around him. Most of us needed that when we were in our early 30s. If that's in Tampa, great. But you can't throw the ball 66 times and expect to do anything. He's been doing that for the last couple years. He's led the league in pass attempts for the last 2 years at 44 and 45 years old. Whatever the reasons are, that has to change wherever he is." Brady finished 35 of 66 with 351 passing yards and 2 touchdown passes and a rare red zone interception. Chris Godwin led the Buccaneers with 10 catches for 85 yards. Jones had 7 catches for 74 yards. There are reportedly several teams interested in Brady's services for the 2023 season, despite him turning 46 years old. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport explained the potential options Brady has before him on Sunday. "Tom Brady is a free agent after this season. He will be 46 years old, and I would say there's a chance he does not return to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, despite the fact that they very much want him back and plan to make efforts toward that," Rappaport explained. The NFL insider added that Brady could very well find a new landing spot if Tampa Bay isn't in his future. Among the teams that would consider Brady, a couple of them who considered Brady the last time, he said. The Tennessee Titans still have some quarterback questions there. The 49ers if they do not decide to rock with Brock Purdy, he's certainly stating his case. And the Las Vegas Raiders, who have several of his old friends, including Josh McDaniels.